This video presentation is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. In the Hispanic civil rights movement, many battles had to be fought and won in order to be where we are now. The Hispanic civil rights movement gave birth to many organizations that empower the people to fight against injustice. One such organization celebrates this year 30 years of service. Over the past 30 years, the United States Hispanic Leadership Institute has had a tremendous impact from coast to coast in promoting education, leadership, development, and Latino unity. But to truly understand its relevancy in Latino history, one must start at the beginning, when it was merely the dream of one man.
I originally set out to be a teacher because the people that had influenced me the most were teachers, and so I thought I would want to be one as well. And I got off to a good start the first day, but by the third day I found myself arrested for speaking Spanish in my own classroom, which I discovered was against the law in the state of Texas, and I felt that the law was wrong. I wasn't wrong, the law was wrong. That would prohibit anybody from speaking in their own language to empower its own people by educating our youth, our children. But we needed some way to empower ourselves to change laws, to challenge the status quo. And that's what gave birth to this idea of USHLI, to put in our own community, create an institution that would empower our own community and to build leaders for generations to come.
Juan seeks the help of three Hispanic leaders, Hank Lacayo, Ray Gonzalez, and Willie Velasquez, to be the co-founders of the organization. Hank Lacayo was one of the top leaders in the labor movement. Ray Gonzalez was a community activist. And Willie Velasquez, who died in 1988, was the founder of the Southwest Voter Registration Education Project and one of the most respected activists of his time.
I remember our first conference many years ago, and where we thought that if we could bring 300 people together from coast to coast, from around the country, that it would be a huge success. And we were astounded when 674 showed up. And we were impressed with the reality of the situation. What really we were facing was the need to bring people together from around the country to empower ourselves, because there was a real hunger for empowerment, a real appetite for training for leadership development. And that we knew that the conference, from that first one, that we had created something that would grow from year after year after year. And today, with over 200,000 have participated, we know that this is something that truly transformed the landscape across this country and our community.
Over the past 30 years, the USHLI National Conference has grown beyond expectations, attracting over 6,000 present and future leaders to its yearly conference. And in those 30 years, the USHLI has registered over 2.2 million new voters, awarded $1.2 million in scholarships and internships to Latino students, provided leadership development programs to over 300,000 present and future leaders, trained over 45,000 community leaders and organizers. Thousands more have participated in candidate training and campaign management schools and in training programs for grassroots and collegiate leadership development. and 40,000 students from 30 states are expected to participate in USHLI's Student Leadership Series in 2012. USHLI has published over 435 studies and reports on Latino demographics, more than any other organization in the nation, including the Almanac of Latino Politics. And USHLI has just launched Project SED, Students for an Educated Democracy, a civic education virtual classroom online with the ability to potentially educate and register millions of Latino youth in this decade, which could transform Latino empowerment for generations to come. USHLI recognitions include Keepers of the American Dream by the National Immigration Forum, and recently named the Organization of the Year by Univision.
I don't believe in dreams being impossible. That's why when Hank Lacayo and Willie Velasquez and Ray Gonzalez and I sat down together, we had this dream to build an institute that would empower our community, that would educate our youth, and register our community to vote so that together we could fight the struggle for social justice. And that's what we have been doing, and that's why we're celebrating 30 years now, because we have built an institute together with a board of directors, staff, and volunteers from coast to coast to build an institute that will continue to empower our community for generations to come.
Dr. Juan Andrade is the fourth Latino in history to be decorated by the governments of the United States and Mexico for the performance of exemplary deeds of service for the nation and for service to the community, respectively. With 5 earned degrees, he is the most educated leader of a major organization. And he's been recognized 4 times as one of the 100 most influential Hispanics in America.
You know, as we celebrate our 30th National Conference, I look back over the years and I can't help but be filled with gratitude for real heroes like Ray Gonzalez and Hank Lacayo and Willie Velasquez, the pillars of the Institute, who together we built this Institute and this conference, along with others who came to serve on the board and to be part of the staff and to do the hard work that we can all be so proud of. And especially grateful for the volunteers that we've had over the years from coast to coast. All they have meant to USHLI and the success that we celebrate today. And all coming together for the purpose of empowering our community to help and cultivate that next generation of Latino leaders, to work especially with our young people, to help them discover their talent and the purpose for their talent, and to understand one thing in particular, that their talent is a good talent because that talent is God's gift to them, and to remember that what they do with that talent is their gift to God.
On behalf of the Board of Directors and the staff of the United States Leadership Institute and the 30th Annual United States Hispanic Leadership Conference, we salute you, our future and present leaders, for making the USHLI what it is today.